when I came here, I said, how much money have we given to Ukraine? The real number is about $350 billion. It's unthinkable. And we had no security, we had no nothing. We were just pouring money there, unsecured money, putting it in banks, and anybody could have taken it out. You know, anybody over there, it was their decision. I've never seen anything like it.
President Trump, what's your message to Vladimir Putin, sir? President Trump, do you have a message for Vladimir Putin as you meet with President Zelensky today?
Якщо питання боргів, тощо, я це говорив, я не знаю, як всього, я чесно не знаю, але якщо піднімається там це питання, так, ми не будемо сприймати борги, як я і казав, це для мене там зрозумілі абсолютно речі, я їх не бачу. Принаймні ми говоримо про минуле. Якщо, знов-таки я повторюсь, якщо буде матись на увазі якісь перспективи, нова підтримка, нові пакети підтримки, і тоді Сполучені Штати Америки, напевне, можуть ставити ті чи інші умови, розуміючи, що безкоштовно ця команда нам нічого робити не буде. Ну, це вони офіційно говорять.
We don't know yet. You're right that this is a good first sign that the Americans and the Ukrainians can work closely together on a very complex negotiation in the works for several months now. And they've gotten close and for one reason or another didn't sign. Then there were some more negotiations and more exchanges of ideas. In particular, the Ukrainians made several counter proposals to make the agreement more balanced. And that has resulted now in an agreement that both sides are happy with, both sides have announced, and can move forward cooperatively. Because there are a lot of provisions in there that might have had implications for the Rada, to take their parliament, to take a look at. And I understand that the Ukrainians had an emergency cabinet meeting in Kyiv to go over these questions, and to everyone's satisfaction, the rights of Ukraine to work closely with the European Union, for example, are well preserved. Now we're at 50-50. I think the answer to your question is yes. It's fair and balanced on both sides, the American and Ukrainian. Both sides are pleased with it, are satisfied, and both sides will benefit. Resources such as uranium, titanium, nickel. There are a lot of these and some rare earths that are difficult to find. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done to develop these minerals, but the surveys have been done, and now the development can take place.
Сьогодні, власне, Юлія Свериденко, перша віце-прем'єр-міністрка, на шляху до Вашингтона. Ми доопрацьовуємо вже остаточні деталі з нашими американськими колегами. Дійсно, це стратегічна угода про створення інвестиційного фонду партнерського. Це дійсно рівноправна, гарна міжнародна угода про спільні інвестиції в розвиток і відновлення України між урядом Сполучених Штатів, урядом України. Як тільки будуть доопрацьовані всі остаточні деталі, найближчим часом, я сподіваюся, протягом найближчої доби угода буде підписана, і відповідно ми отримуємо перший крок. Далі за цією угодою буде підписання ще двох угод технічних, таких виконавчих, про безпосередньо саме створення фонду і його фінансування і наповнення.
The Ukraine minerals deal is set to be signed in 24 hours or so. Is it true that the Ukraine minerals deal is about to be signed in the next 24 hours or so? There's some reports saying that. And if it's true, has the deal changed at all from the last time we heard about it?
Well, I'll ask Scott to answer the question because he's responsible for it.
Yeah, our side is ready to sign. Ukrainians decided last night to make some last-minute changes. We're sure that they will reconsider that, and we are ready to sign this afternoon if they are.
Can you talk about those last-minute minute changes? What was removed or put in its place?
Nothing's been removed. It's the same agreement that we agreed to on the weekend. No changes on our side.
Just to put that in perspective, though, when I came here, I said, how much money have we given to Ukraine? The real number is about $350 billion. It's unthinkable. And we had no security. We had no nothing. We were just pouring money there, unsecured money, putting it in banks, and anybody could have taken it out. You know, anybody over there, it was their decision. I've never seen anything like it. Europe, on the other hand, which is obviously that whole situation is much more important to Europe because we have an ocean in between. But Europe gave about $100 billion. It's a lot of money. It's a big sacrifice they made also. But they gave much less than we did. And their money is secured, totally secured, by deposits in banks. The deposits are largely Russian deposits. That's what Europe did, but their money is secured. So they gave $100 billion totally secured. We gave money like it's throwing it out the window. And it was done by Biden, and this is Biden's war. This isn't Trump's war. I'm trying to get out. And more than the money, they're losing about 5,000 young Russian and Ukrainian soldiers a week, mostly. And I said, you know, we feel foolish. The Europeans are putting up money. It's totally secure. They get the money back. We're putting up much more money. We have absolutely nothing. And I didn't want to make a complicated deal. I didn't want to make a deal that couldn't be made because Ukraine doesn't have very much money. They're going through a very bad period of time. It's been brutal. But I felt very foolish being a judge. So I said, well, we want something for our efforts beyond what you would think would be acceptable. And we said rare earth. They have very good rare earth. As you know, we're looking for rare earth all the time. Rare earth is called rare for a reason. And they have a lot. And we made a deal where our money is secure, where we can start digging and doing what we have to do. It's also good for them because you'll have an American presence at the site, Chris. And the American presence will, I think, keep a lot of bad actors out of the country, or certainly out of the area where we're doing the digging. So we made a deal, and I assume they're going to honor the deal. And I put Scott in charge, and Scott's done it beautifully, but we haven't really seen the fruits of that deal yet. I suspect we will. I suspect we will.
Mr. President, can we talk to you real quick? Start the meeting.